Hi everybody, my name is Charles and I'll be giving you a tutorial on how to make a Lego airplane kinetic sculpture. So before we get started, remember that if you see that some of the pieces are of a different color than the ones I have, don't panic. Everything is fine as long as you're not missing any pieces. And if you are, feel free to contact me via email. And without further ado, let's get started. So go ahead and open up your kits and pour out the pieces inside. Make sure that you don't lose any pieces, keep track of them. And here you'll find a stack of gears. And so keep that over there, and like a kind of looking like a wad of cash, just like a pile of plates. And you'll find 6 bags, and also keep them on the top for easy access. Here you'll find a few like miscellaneous pieces, and here's a 16 by 16 plate. Look for the bag with the big orange piece. This one. Open it up. Inside you'll find the big orange piece, of course. It's a brick separator. It will help you take apart bricks that are too stuck together. You'll also find the minifigure you chose. It will be your pilot for your plane. And there'll be also these pieces. It will be your crank, so you can run your kinetic sculpture. So start out by getting this 2-piece and sticking it on this end. Like that. It should kind of swing when you touch it. And then get the tan axle over here and stick it through like this. There you have it. Your crank. Find a bag with a bunch of 1x2 bricks like this, and another bag with a row of 1x2 bricks stacked on each other with holes inside of them, and go ahead and open both of them. Find 2 pieces in your pile of 1x2s. It could be any. In this case, I'll choose these 2. Put them together. And from this stack, take one off, put it on the top, and place it right over here. And so it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Should be on the 7th and 8th studs. Look through the pile on your right over here and find 2 2x4 bricks. They should be of the same color, like this. Stack them together and then place it right over here. And now get 2 pieces from your pile again, stack them together, and place it here, like this. Take your Christmas tree full of gears and start separating the gears. Make sure that you keep track of all of the pieces, like this. Oop. And place them all on the side, like this. And get this bag. It's the one with a bunch of like axles and Technic pieces. Take it apart. Also keep track of them on the side, like that. Look in your pile of Technic pieces for an axle that's gray, and it looks like this. It's 5 studs long, and don't get confused with this one, but the way you can measure it is by taking a piece or a brick that's larger, hold it right next to it, and count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 5 studs long. And so once you have this, find a gear, a black gear that looks like this. Don't get confused with the smaller one, but get this one, slide it on the end, pick up a gray gear that looks like this, slide it down, and now get from the same pile this piece, slide it on like so, and now take a piece from the stack like this, and then from your Technic area pick up an axle connector. If this is clear enough, you are provided with 2. They may be of different colors, but they function the same. And now slide it on the end. So now it'll look like this. Once you've finished assembling this, go ahead and you can stack it right over here, like that. And then from this pile over here, like for a 2x4 plate, and I'll put it over the top to cover it up. This is going to be connecting to your crank that you have over here. So you can, if you want, plug it in like this, and when you turn it, the gears on the other end should be turning. Now let's move on to doing the mechanism that lets the plane turn. So look for 3 1x8 pieces, like this. If you don't know, you can always count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now stack the pieces without holes on each other, and then put the one with holes on the very top, like this. Now look for the huge black gears, okay? And then in your pile over here, if you see 2 tan pieces, it looks like a tube on one end, and like a plus sign on the other with an axle. And now put the tube end inside of one end, like this. And now get the other one and put it on the other side, like that. And now go ahead, you can stick this gear piece, and it should be spinning around loosely when you turn it. Get the other gear piece, do the same thing. Once you're done with this thing, go in your Technic section, take out a piece that looks like this. It's kind of flat on one end, and then it's just an axle that runs through like this. It should be 4 studs long. You can always compare it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Take your big piece and now put it in through the middle like that. And so once you're done with that, get your mini black gear that looks like this. Stick it through. Make sure that your finger's on the other side to stop it from doing that. Push it in like this. And now once you turn this big gear, or if you turn the small gear, it's able to turn the other two. And now, once you're done with that, get your piece that looks like this from your gears pile. Go ahead and slide it on. Don't make it too tight. If you make it really tight, it makes the moving of the gears kind of not smooth. So yeah, that way, same thing. Once you're done with that, get your medium-sized gear and put it in the end. Once you finish this piece over here, we're going to put it down on the 16 by 16 plate, like so. We will be taking it out, this piece, later, but for now we can just stick it on. And if you turn the crank, you'll see that it also turns the other gears. Get 2 1x4 plates. They should also be of the same color. And then place them down right over here and here. So from this brick it would be 1, 2, like this. Once you're done with that, again, pick 2 bricks, 2 1x2 bricks, and now you can stack one here and another over there. From your gears area, pick up the super long black axle. It looks like this. And then look for, in your Technic pile, this piece. You can slide it in. Make sure that just a little bit sticks out from the end. Like this. And now, in this area, look for a 2x4 plate with 3 holes inside of it. And now stick it through the middle like this. Once you're done, you can put the whole thing on here. And so it would look like that. You can kind of spin it. When you're done with that, look through your Technic pile. You'll find like a donut looking piece. It's gray. And then take it, slide it over the top of the black axle, and then push down on it so that it clamps in like this. the black axle should still be loose. When you're done with that, look for these two tan gears. Get the smaller one. Now slide it through the top of the axle just like you did. Hold onto the top of this, make sure it doesn't move, and push the rest down. And now it's gonna be like this. From your pile of 1x2s, get 2 of them, stack them together, and then from the ones with holes, take one off, put it on the top like this, and now get the remaining axle in your pile. It should be 3 studs long, and kind of stick it through. Keep your hand on it. With your other hand, get the other gray gear, slide it through like this. Make sure you slide as much as you can. Leave a little bit space here. Oops. And now get the other tan gear. Make sure it's facing that way, like this. And make sure only a little bit is sticking out of here. That's a little too much, like this. And it should be able to freely turn. Get another 1x2 piece, put it on the top, and now if you take your plate and you put this entire thing on this area, press it down. As you can see, this gear should be in contact with the smaller tan gear, and at the same time this gray gear and the other one will also be connected like this. So actually if you turn the crank, it's not only going to be moving this side, it's also going to be moving this side and turning the black axle. Let's continue. From here, get 4 1x2 bricks, stack them all together, 3 and 4. Okay, and now get your plate, stack them in the middle of this side like this. And now over here, find your 2x4 plate with holes inside of them. And now put it over the very top of it, let it drop. Don't let it do that. And now make sure that this side connects, same with this side. So now the structure is a little more sturdy and everything should work the same. So I mentioned earlier that we will be taking this section off again. So go ahead, get the entire thing off, and we are going to be aligning the gears. So what these gears do is that they control each side of the airplane's wings. So you want it to be that while one side of the wing is down, the other is perfectly up. And while that side is perfectly up, the other side is perfectly down. So what we're gonna do first is go to your Technic area again. You'll see these gray tubes. Get 2 of them. And there's pluses and there's circles, right? Or X's and circles. Put them in any of the circle areas. So I'll put one here, like that, and another on the other side, like this. So now you can see that they're on there, right? But as you can see, they're not on the opposite sides. So if this side, the left side, the wing is all the way to the top, this one isn't all the way to the bottom like we want it to. So what we're going to do is we're going to take off this gear, okay? And make sure you're keeping track of this side and make sure it's perfectly facing up. And now rotate the gear so that it's on the bottom, facing the bottom. And now, since it's perfectly on the bottom, we can slide it down like that. And so now, when this one's going to the bottom, the other is going to the top, and when that one's going to the bottom, this one is going to the top. So they're absolutely opposites of each other. There you go. Once you've done that, go to the pile on the right and look for these two symmetrical gray Technic beams. Okay? And then in the Technic pile on the right, look for the same gray tube pieces. Get both of them and now stick them through the very top of the pieces. Oop. Like this. And then from here, break off two, and now slide them on here and here. So they should be like this. And then moving back to these pieces, take one of them, make sure that this is facing that way up instead of down. And now when it's facing up, slide the end on the other side. And same with this one. Make sure it's facing up. Slide it on this side too. Like this. So it should look like that. And when you turn them, they kind of wiggle around. And then we can stick this piece back where it belongs. Right over here. So see, it's the same. But now we attach these beams. So when you turn them, it'll look something like this. Now get the remaining 4 1x2 bricks, stack them together, like this, and take your entire plate, rotate it by 180 degrees, and now we will be taking your tower and place it down right over here. So there should be 3 studs in between this area. It should look like this and parallel from this side. Now look for a 1x8 plate. Should look like this, and stick it. You see this 1x2 stud, or 2 brick, stick it on this end, and same for the other side, like that. Now both ends are secure, and yeah. So this is the end of part 1. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions, let me know. My email is in the description. And see you. click here for part 2.